Hello candidates, I am going to dictate you a passage of 800 words which is based on Drdo stenographer. So please get ready for the dictation. The dictation will start after 15 seconds. Army had placed a demand for 113 items of ammunition against a roll-on indent for the 5-year period 2009 to 14. Against this demand of Army, OFB could not meet 80% of the requirement for 23 ammunition items. This was mainly on account of capacity constraint and delay in product support from indigenous or import sources. Action is being taken by OFB to reduce deficiencies in supply of such ammunitions in consultation with Army. The reference by the Committee on bursting of gun during firing pertains to accidents occurring with 125 mm tank ammunition. The ammunition manufactured by OFB are inspected by DGQA as per laid down inspection schedule. The ammunition is issued after the same is accepted by DGQA based on conformations to stipulated quality parameters. However, certain defects or accidents were reported by user during bulk exploitation of tank ammunition. A committee was formed in 2010 to look into the issue of barrel bursting holistically and give its recommendations. These recommendations are under implementation and their implementation will lead to an improvement in quality of ammunition and corresponding reduction in incidences of barrel burst. The pertinent point is that the indigenization process of an imported ammunition or indigenous development of ammunition from scratch is incremental in nature, where success comes through a trial and error approach and a certain degree of failure cannot be avoided. While there is no denying the fact that defective ammunition did reach the user, but simultaneously corrective actions have been taken based on the learning in the indigenization process and close interaction with OEM, DRDO, DGQA and user representatives. As pointed out earlier, indigenous development of weapon systems including ammunition is a long-drawn process and failures are not uncommon in the learning curve associated with the development process. All the stakeholders, including DRDO, have been working together to resolve the problem, and a majority of the issues have been identified and are being resolved. Ministry had procured certain numbers of 125 mm thin established armored piercing discarding sabot ammunition from Messrs. IMI Israel. It was also envisaged to manufacture this ammunition at OFB through co-production route. However, this route could not fructify as the firm Messrs. IMI Israel got debarred from further business dealings with the ministry. Ministry has initiated procurement of 66,000 rounds of 125 mm thin stabilized armored piercing discarding sabot ammunition from Russia, along with transfer of technology for indigenous production to Ordnance Factory Board. In addition, DRDO is also developing indigenous 125 mm FSA PDS Mk2 version. Ministry has been working in close coordination with all stakeholders to resolve the above issue. However, as pointed out earlier, failures cannot be eliminated altogether in indigenous development and productionization of weapon systems. However, efforts can be made to minimize the failures. Whenever a failure occurs, representatives from all stakeholders are called and they get involved to address the problem. However, the redressal process has been an incremental or evolutionary one. A structured mechanism already exists to investigate the accidents and suggest recommendations to avoid such incidents in future. Any accident involving defect in and or failure of weapons, ammunition or explosive is reported to respective technical directorates of DGQA by the user. The concerned technical directorate conducts investigation together with the user and the manufacturer. Wherever required, assistance from DRDO is also sought. In addition to it, regular interaction meetings between the stakeholders, including DRDO, DGQA, OFB, user, do take place, where the problems are discussed and efforts made to resolve them. As regards development of modern tank ammunition is concerned, DRDO is already in the process of developing indigenous 125 mm FSA PDS Mk2 ammunition. In addition, the ministry has also initiated procurement of 66,000 rounds of 125 mm thin stabilized armored piercing discarding sabot ammunition from Russia, along with transfer of technology for indigenous production to Ordnance Factory Board. It is being envisaged to procure requisite modern plant and machinery from Russia for indigenous production of this ammunition so as to obviate quality related issues in future. OFB has planned an investment of around rupees 15,000 crore on modernization during 12th plan period. This includes investment for replacement of old plant and machinery under renewal and replacement head and procurement of new plant and machinery under new capital head. The expenditure on modernization is being closely monitored at the level of board in ordnance factories and ministry. However, OFB shall be requiring timely allotment of funds for keeping their modernization plan on track. During the course of discussion, some members expressed their desire to give their suggestions in writing and sought 1 week's time for the same. They desired that if Honorable Chairperson deemed fit, their suggestions might be included in the action taken report. It was also decided to add additional categorization in para 1 under the heading accepted and commented in the action taken report. The committee then authorized the chairperson to finalize the above draft report in the light of the suggestions received from the members, if any, and present the report to the House on a date convenient to him.